What's up, everyone? I want to start off with this speech is going to be a little different, so I want to mix it up between my DUI classes and my every 15 minutes that I do for the high schools. So let me explain a little bit of what's going on, because I'm going to kind of wing it, because it's been a while since I did my speech with this COVID-19 stuff going on. So I was doing every 15 minutes for 3 different counties, which I haven't done one because everything was shut down. I haven't done DUI for speech for a while, so we'll kind of wing it, which pretty much is the same, but the way I word things, I had it all down, but the story is the same. So with that said, I'm going to start it off, and I want everybody to pay close attention because I know everything's opening back up, and I want to get my story out there. The bars are opening back up. Summer's coming. So I know with bars opening back up, partying again, everything. My reasoning behind my speech is not to have everybody quit drinking or quit partying or nothing like that. It's to have you be more responsible and trying to save lives and save from both sides of the fence, from being a DUI driver and from DUI victims. So, I hold no grudges against any DUI offenders or DUI drivers. So, with that said, I'll go ahead and start my speech. And I want to be back and forth, between the every 15-minute DUI. With my every 15-minute programs, I had to cut it down within 15, 20 minutes. My DUI, I have, more time to explain my story. So now at this point, I ask everybody that's listening to me, everybody that's watching this video, do me a big favor. And it's important you do this to understand my story a little bit more, and how I came up with the name DJ See No Evil. But please, do this for me as I tell my story. It's a very important part of my story. So I ask of everybody now, please close your eyes. So now that everybody got their eyes closed, I really want you to clear your minds and imagine, almost like you can just picture it in your head, your everyday morning routine. Now I want to say this part as if I was at every 15 minutes. That's the way I covers the kids and the parents. So for all the adults, I want you to picture in your head your everyday morning routine. What's your everyday morning routine when you wake up? Do you wake up, get up, have your morning coffee, get ready for work, wake up your kids? Whatever it is that you do every morning when you wake up, picture it in your head. For all you kids, what's your everyday morning routine when you wake up? Do you wake up, get on your social media, text your friends? What's the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning? And then for the rest of the morning, what's your routine? Your everyday routine. Picture it. For the adults, do you take your kids to school? Go to work? For the kids, do you get ready, go to school? Now, both for adults and for the kids, before you leave your house, what is it that you do? For the kids, did you give your parents a hug and a kiss? For the adults, did you give your other half a hug and a kiss? Did you give your kids a hug and a kiss? For for everyone. For your loved ones you got at home. Did you not just give them a hug and a kiss, but did you tell them you love them? Do you remember what they were wearing? Do you remember their smile? Can you see it? Now, just picture waking up, staring into exactly what you're looking at right now. Pitch and total darkness. Now I ask of everybody watching this video to please open your eyes. See, for the DUI class, I would say I was a victim of a DUI driver. For the high schools, I would say I was a victim of every 15 minutes. Now for the high schools, they do whole reenactment. The whole scene, the accidents. And for the high schools, I would say this reenactment you just seen is my family's reality. So it's not just a reenactment. It happens every 15 minutes. For the high schools, for the DUI classes, I will explain myself a little bit more by saying, everybody here in this class, I know you guys are all feeling sorry for yourselves. You got fines. You got your license suspended. You got to do this class. But all you guys need to feel lucky, feel blessed. Thank God that you're here listening to my story. You see, because you could be in a lot worse spot. You can be behind bars fighting a case that you cannot win. You could be in the hospital fighting for your life like I did. Or worse, you can be dead. You see, I'm a living testimony and literally a walking miracle. So, let me take you back to my morning routine. This particular morning, September 18, 2018, which was a regular morning routine for me. I woke up, I want to say about 10 minutes early, which I would set my alarm like 2 hours before I had to get to work, which only took me about 20 minutes to get to work. But I always like getting to work early. Now I would still wake up before my alarm to get ready. So this particular morning, I woke up about 10 minutes before my alarm went off, got ready, turned off my alarm. My daughter, my youngest daughter, she used to wake up and go lay in my room every in the middle of the night. Knowing that every morning I would wake her up, tell her to go lay on my side of the bed. So, like every morning, this daughter, she was born on my birthday. So I would call her birthday girl, she would call me birthday boy. And I remember I woke her up, like, birthday girl, wake up, mama. And I remember she woke up, and every time she smiles, she would start her smile with her eyes. Her eyes would light up. Then she would give that big old cheesy smile. And she told me, I told her, wake up, baby girl. Go lay down on my side of the bed, mama. She smiled at me. And she said, okay, my birthday boy. I love you. I told her, I love you too, baby girl. I'll see you after work. She said, okay, I'll see you after you get off of work. So I walked on my wife's side of the bed and woke up my wife. I told her, all right, babe, I want to leave to work now. And I gave her a kiss. And she said, all right, babe, I love you. And I told her, I love you too, babe. And she told me, be safe. Like every morning. Like every morning I told her, always. And she said, I know. I just gotta say it. And I said, I know, babe. So I walked down my hallway, like every morning, my typical morning. Walked into the kitchen, got my lunch ready, got my truckers, I used to be a trucker, got my truckers, GPS, got my flashlight, started my coffee, took my lunch, took my stuff to my pickup truck. I had a red Chevy pickup truck. It was an old truck, but I loved it. And put my stuff in my pickup truck, started it up to warm it up, went back in the house, grabbed my coffee, locked up the house, walked back to my pickup, and pulled out of my driveway, went right, went to the corner. Well, anyways, skip all that part. This particular corner, which for those of you who knows Modesto, this particular corner, Paradise and Carpenter. I was coming down Paradise, so the gas station's on the right hand side before I made the left onto Carpenter. That gas station is always packed. But mind you, it was about 4:45 a.m. on a Tuesday morning. And this gas station, for some reason, was extra packed this morning. Extra busy. There was cars this morning waiting for gas pumps. So in my head, I thought to myself, you know, damn, gas, there must be a discount on gas or something. And I remember I leaned over to my right and looked up at the gas prices to see what the gas price was, and kind of laughed to myself. Said, nope, gas is still hella expensive. My turning light turned green, so I made a left on the Carpenter. And went to Hatch. Then as I was driving off, I remember seeing a car swerve into my lane. And in my head, I was, the car, corrected itself. We still had distance, car corrected itself. In my head, I was thinking, they probably dropped their coffee or something. I've done it. And right away, trying to clean it up. So, as we got closer, I remember they did it again, but I didn't have time to avoid it, even though I tried to. I remember getting hit, and kind of find out, it was pretty much a head-on collision at a speeds total, with both car speeds at average of 90 miles an hour. So I remember being in my pickup truck, and in my head I'm thinking, turn off your truck. Turn off your truck. You're in a bad accident. Take your foot off the gas. And then it hit me. Shit. I gotta save the people in the other car. They might be injured. They might be hurt. So I remember trying to fight with myself to take off my seatbelt if I can go help the people in the other car. And then it went in my head. They might have babies in the car. You gotta go save the babies' lives. You gotta get out of the car now. Go save their lives. And I started panicking. And I tried to take off my seatbelt. I was trying to find my seatbelt. I tried taking it off. Then it hit me. You know, my youngest son used to go to work with me because I was a truck driver. Once in a while, you know, he would go to work with me, and I remember looking to my right towards the passenger side to see my son was there, and I couldn't see him, and I flipped out. I lost it. And that's all I remember. Well, I remember waking up about 3 weeks later from a coma, and I couldn't find out I had a brain bleed in a part of my brain that was non-surgical. So, anyways, when I woke up, I heard all my kids crying. I heard this voice with an accent, deep voice, talking to my wife, with all my kids crying. And I couldn't see nothing. I had a trach down my throat, and all I could see was pitch black. But I was listening to this voice telling my wife, you know, we're not getting no response. It's time to prepare your family. And start thinking about when to take them off life support. And in my head, I'm thinking, he's talking about me? What's going on? I'm alive. I'm alive. And I tried moving, but my whole body felt paralyzed. So I fought and I forced myself to sit up. And when I sat up, I heard all the nurses and the doctor, lay him down, lay him down, lay him back down. Well, I couldn't tell you personally if it was 2 minutes, 2 hours, but come to find out it was 2 days later I woke up to pretty much the same thing. I heard all my kids crying around me. I heard the same voice talking to my wife again. And I was telling my wife, you know, there's a good chance that with all the brain trauma he took, with how swollen his brain is, that he's going to be brain dead. Best case scenario that he won't remember nothing. He won't remember you nor your kids. And in my head, I was thinking to myself, bullshit. Why are you lying to my wife for? But I couldn't talk. So I started signing. God, excuse these flies, want to get YouTube famous. So I started, you know, signaling for paper and pen. But at this time, I remember I had to really take a shit. So that was one of the first things I used my thumb, and I wrote down, gotta take a shit. And everybody's flipping out that he's writing, look it. He still know how, well, my spelling was always shitty, but, well, you see, come to find out, I died 3 times that morning, the morning of the incident. The reason why I say incident, not accident, because in my eyes, it wasn't an accident. It could have been prevented if this person wouldn't have got behind the wheel intoxicated. So you see, this person's back road, because it was considered a back road, was my main way to work, was my main road to work. So anybody you know that's out there that thinks, oh, I'll just take the back way, that's somebody's main road. So I died 3 times that morning of my incident. And all this was getting explained to me, you know, when I woke up. And the morning of my incident, you know, my wife had the sheriff's knock on the door. She just got done dropping off my kids at school. She had the sheriff knock on the door, told her she had to get to the hospital right away. was in a bad accident. So when she got there, they wouldn't tell her how I was doing. They wouldn't tell her if I was dead or alive. They had to wait a little while before she can go and just pretty much say if that was me or not. By that time, a couple of my kids got there, and my shoulder, you could tell I had surgery. I'm looking at a couple more. I guess I had my bone sticking out of my shoulder. I had my bone right here on my forearm sticking out of my forearm. My femur, I had my femur sticking out of my leg. My left foot was degloved. As you can see, they couldn't save it. I had blood coming out of my ears, blood coming out of my eyes. My eyes were popped out like golf balls. My head was completely swollen. I had blood coming out of my ears, my eyes, my nose, my mouth. And the only way they were able to identify me was through my tattoos. Tattoos of my kids' name, my grandbabies' names. And during the stay in the hospital, there's, after all this, which I'll get back to my story and everything I've gone through and going through still, talking to some of the people that was on scene. I guess they're already writing up this person for vehicular manslaughter, because from all the doctors, surgeons, nurses from the hospital, from everybody on scene, from people from that was there from fire. It took fire department 45 minutes with the jaws of life to get me out of my pickup truck. Nobody thought I was going to live. They all thought, nobody thought I was going to make it. But you know what? I think, the man upstairs for helping me fight and be here today with my kids. And you see, that's the hard part, because I'm still looking at multiple surgeries. See, my face and the whole left side of my body is full of cadaver bones and hardware. I suffer from seizures now, so I'm on a high dose of Keppra, which is a medication for epilepsies or people with that have seizures, that suffer from seizures, which, due to these multiple surgeries I'm still looking at, because I still need a knee replacement. My nose and my right cheek is still, it healed, but it healed still broken. I don't want to say the wrong words to explain it, but to break it down in simple terms. So I'm still looking at a possible reconstruction of my whole face, but regardless, I still need surgery on my face again. My jaw is still somewhat crooked. So now, if I don't try hard enough, I'll talk with the list. My femur is not healing right, so they might have to go back in. Either way, I need another surgery on my femur, but there might be two, which means they might have to take a bone graft out of my hip, put it in my femur, wait another 2 years for it to heal before I can even have a knee replacement. I still need a knee replacement. And all this is due through the incident. Now, being, I'm suffering through all this, my risk of surgeries is higher due to my brain damage, due to my brain swollenness, which they say could take a year to 15 years before your brain heals, because your brain takes the longest to heal. So it can cause me a seizure, anything, cause me to slip into a coma and maybe not wake up again. So, this incident could still be the cause of my death. Ultimately, when you break it down talk realities and facts. That's pretty much my battle that I gotta deal with. But, during my stay in the hospital, it was hard on my family, not only sitting by my bedside, not knowing if I was gonna live or die, but as well as I was moved upstairs in a room that my mother-in-law, beautiful, loved her. Can't tell you how much I loved her. She had passed away in this room. And the reason she had passed away was she had caught MRSA in her lungs after a surgery. Well, when I was in this room, I just happened to catch MRSA in my lungs. As soon as I heard that, I fought. I started coughing. I started spitting everything up. I believe she was with me in that room. I believe she helped me fight and got rid of that MRSA. Well, with that said, now that I pretty much broke everything down, what I'm going through, what I've gone through, and this is just a little part of it. Dude, I was the main provider. My wife can't work because she has to take care of me now. So during this time, our landlord, where we were living at, well, there's a lot of things wrong with the house. He didn't never want to fix anything.